12-step programs have been around since the 30s. All the 12-step programs are modeled after Alcoholics Anonymous and the 12 steps of Alcoholics Anonymous. And they're adapted for that particular recovery program. They work because it's peer-led. There are no experts there in the meetings. The people who are leading the meetings, they are not set up as some sort of a guru at all, but rather they're someone else who's in recovery, able to guide that meeting process. During that meeting, people share about their recovery. Typically, we say they talk about their experience, their strength, and their hope. There's no crosstalk in the meetings. If you have shared, I can't come back after you and say, I like what Bill said. I just let what you say stand on its own. And I share from my heart, from my own experience, my own strength, and my own hope. And sometimes the things that are shared are not, may not on the surface seem to be very helpful or very hopeful, because someone may come in and share out of their own despair from having acted out that day. And yet that also can be helpful for someone who's in recovery.
What about the person who doesn't like groups or doesn't like meetings or feels uncomfortable? What do you say to them?
The question I get asked a lot is, isn't there another way to do recovery? Can't I do recovery some other way other than 12-step groups? I'm willing to entertain the possibility that there may be another way. I don't know what that way is. Occasionally I have someone that says, okay, you ought to give me options. I can go 12-step route, or I can go this route, or I can do something else. I'm not going to give people an option of doing something that is less than. So what I know about 12-step groups is they work. They have worked for many decades. Many thousands and thousands of people have been helped by them because they work. That's why I encourage clients to make this a cornerstone of their recovery program. Most of the time what I hear people saying when they go to that first meeting is they look around and believe that they are in the wrong place. And they begin to look for evidence that they're in the wrong place. Evidence in either things that people say or in the way people look. In fact, I hear people saying things like, I could look around that room and tell this room is full of perverts. They are not like me. Only to find out that if they will really apply themselves and become a part of the 12-step process, that after several meetings, several weeks, they can look back and say, these people are just like me. Our acting out behaviors may be similar or they may be different, but what I've got in common with everyone there is we all want to stop. Whatever the behavior is, we all want to stop.
What about the shame someone might feel or embarrassment about walking into a meeting?
There's always fear, I think, that comes maybe even greater than the shame. Fear that they'll run into somebody they know, and that's certainly a possibility. Fear that they will be recognized and blow their anonymity. And occasionally that does happen. For the most part, though, they find that it's a group of people that they've not met before, who are meeting together with a common problem, looking for a solution. And the solution they're looking for is, how can I learn to live without acting out? How can I change my behavior from that pattern of self-destructive behaviors?
And I would suppose that they also begin to learn that they're not alone.
They often will look around and realize that there are people from all walks of life, because sex addiction it's an equal opportunity disorder. Doesn't matter what a person's station in life, doesn't matter their education level, doesn't matter their gender, their race. None of those things account for why a person becomes a sexual addict. In many meetings, they will end the meeting by passing around a phone list. A person can put their first name on it and a telephone number, and then often we'll pass it a second time so that once it's gone and around the group and gotten everybody's phone number, then people can write down names and phone numbers. And it is a common practice for groups to encourage members to call each other for accountability outside of meetings.